Well, Erik ten Hag said to unleash Amad Diallo. Guys, if at all you know how happy I am, and I'm really excited to do this story. You know, there are stories that you're really excited to do, especially if at all you hear it from your manager that he's set to unleash a player that you feel like he should be the first choice right attacking midfielder for the club of Man United. Welcome to this channel as we are really going to lunchtime in the country where I'm right now. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rock and David is my name, and I hope you guys are really having fun wherever you are. This is RD. You can as well call me Rock and David. And don't forget to obviously subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Hannibal in the mix. Obviously, a lot has been said about him, and finally, we have a story linking him from Man United to another club because things at Sevilla look like they're not going on well. And then we are going to sum it up with what Erik ten Hag has to say about United playing against Sheffield tonight at the Old Trafford Stadium. We kickstarted off the day with a video that went ahead, obviously, get us into the match preview, and I hope you guys went ahead to love it. And we are now back to obviously going in for the first recording. The other one was a live session. It was gonna hit to be watched in, and I'm really tempted to obviously do more live sessions onto this channel. So let's thank God for the gift of life, the Muslims. Barakallahu fikum. And to everyone who loves this channel, continue to subscribe because we want to hit the magic number, that is 18,000 subscribers, right? So let's continue subscribing and let's say close to 300 likes smash on this video, because I know most of you have been really recommending Amad Diallo to start ahead of any player at the club of Man United onto that right attacking side of the midfield. So let's see close to those likes hitting us hard. Now, Ten Hag, in an interview with with the Man United TV, he was asked what Amad Diallo has to do to start games over Anthony and Marcus Rashford. He said, Amad deserves it, but don't forget, he was injured for a very long time. So we'll rebuild him and give him opportunities. There is a lot of competition for his position. I really understand that there is a lot of competition for his position, but if you look through what he offers when it comes to the field of play, it's totally different from what everyone offers. Ten Hag has to really tell us why he really went in for Omari first one ahead of Amad Diallo in very many games. He has to obviously come out and really explain that, because you can't tell me that Omari is better than Amad Diallo. I tell you, Amad Diallo is proven elsewhere, unless otherwise the club was like, we don't want to lose Omari first one for free. Start getting him into the games of Man United such that we keep him around and really get him more money. If that's not the case, then I don't really understand it. You know, it has to be the case. That is it. It has to be the case, because if it's not the case, then the rest shouldn't come in through to obviously be even thought of. I don't think that we need to even come out and really think about it. You know, we don't need to obviously even think about it, because it's written all over the world that Amad Diallo is a very good player and he's better than everyone at Man United at the right attacking side of the midfield. And Ten Hag needs to humble himself and really get to know that some signings are brought in through and they fail. You know, like he did with I've forgotten the guy he signed at Ajax. Had a very beautiful first season, second season and hit fall off. Then he went on and said, I'm very happy with his performances and his progress. I see his qualities and his assets can really contribute to our game. I tell you, one of the players that we should be building our future on should be Amad Diallo. That is it. Amad Diallo should be that kind of player that we should be building our team on and the future. Why? He's still young. That is it. I think he's like 21 years of age, because he came in through here in 2020. He was 18 years. 4 years from now, that means he's 22. He's young and he has the skill set that every player would like to have. When I saw him come on, when you're playing against Coventry, I saw him getting more marked. He was going to have to put in more weight, and that is the physicality attribute of the Premier League. That takes you back to why Ten Hag sold Zidane Iqbal and Charlie Savage, they never had the physical attributes. And Kobe Mainoo came in through to obviously go ahead and do the needful. But I tell you, if you really saw how Zidane Iqbal was good on the ball and how he was really good at passing that ball, I don't think that even Kobe Mainoo is next to him. But because he lacked that physical attribute, there is no way Erik ten Hag could risk him to obviously play him into the game of football in the Premier League, because he couldn't really manage the physical attributes. So that's why Amad Diallo went ahead obviously try to really get his physical attributes back, to see to it that he works on it. But in the game of Coventry City, he was a mugged player. He was mugged, and I really went ahead to love everything he had to put up on the field of play. You remember, he went ahead to create a very good chance for Bruno Fernandes that really went ahead to really ricochet off the frame of the goal. But all in all, I understand he is a very beautiful player, and all he needs is to get in enough playing time. But where I don't blame Erik ten Hag is the injury he got in the preseason did him bad. That is it. The injury he got in the preseason did him bad, because I tell you, if Amad Diallo was fit, there was chance for him to play in these games. Remember the time where Anthony found himself in a position of being sued by close to 3 women, that went ahead to insult them or assault them. He went back to Brazil for 2 weeks. He was away. Remember, in that same period, that's when Jadon Sancho found himself in a position falling out with Erik ten Hag, when he went ahead obviously put out a post on his X and pinned it up there. You get? And space was there for him to come in through and really do the job. So he missed out on that, but I really understand that he has to really keep himself fit. That is the only thing he has to do. He's still young. He needs to obviously find means of staying fit all the time and seeing what the best is going to be for himself as a player. So we wait and see how this happens, whether today he's going to make it to the match squad of Man United versus Sheffield. God knows. But all I know is that it's really going to be one of those moments that he might find himself getting to the starting 11, depending on the situation of Garnacho and Marcus Rashford, because all those are doubtful. But we are waiting to see in the next 4-5 hours who are going to be the players arriving at Old Trafford for this Sheffield encounter that we must win as a team of Man United. So I just can't wait to see Amad Diallo getting in more playing time. And the beauty of him is that he's one of those players that is not going to be involved into inactivity. He report into the preseason early enough, and trust me, he will annihilate people left, right, and center because of his qualities that are really known to the world, that never really forsake him. He's a very good player, and no doubt on what he brings up on the field of play. I just love the player, and I know most of you have gone ahead obviously embrace exactly what this boy brings up on the field of play, and he never disappoints. I tell you, he never disappoints. He obviously puts in a shift that is really well deserved, and that's why I'm all team Amad Diallo, and I just can't wait to see him really get into the team of Man United. Now, let's go to Erik ten Hag talking about the game of football that Man United is going to be playing today. He was asked on his team against Sheffield United. He said today we'll be creative and put a team out which is able to win the game. Even if you have to be really creative and put players in other positions. So he says we'll be creative and the team will put out what is able. He'll put out a team that is able to win. I know we're really having very, 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 very huge nightmares at the club of Man United, and you've all gone ahead to understand that it's not always easy to operate in such a mode. For Erik ten Hag, I really feel for him as a manager, but however much I feel him for the manager, there are certain mistakes he makes as himself that might result into his sacking. Have you thought about that? There are some things that ten Hag is going to hit to do that might result into his sacking, because Amad Diallo, on any day, I play him 60 minutes because of what he gets. He tracks back very well. He gives us composure on the ball, and is not being played, So there are certain things he needs to rectify in everything he's doing at the club of Man United to see to it that we get on along with him, because all we need is to say to it that we get in the best from the players of Man United. And how do you get the best from these players? You have to do the following. Give yourself the best team to start. And I think I went ahead to come up with a very good team, but I think if I'm Erik ten Hag, I should be thinking about starting Amad Diallo into this team of football because of how unselfish he is, and he will create chances. You saw to it that every time he ran into the box very well, he found out a pass, not a hit at the goal. He only went ahead to shoot at goal once, right? So we should be having in more players like those at the club of Man United because we need that creativity to obviously supersede the selfishness. Rashford, Garnacho, that's why you saw to it that their assists are really limited. Even Bruno Fernandes, his assists are really limited. And there is a story that was broken that Bruno Fernandes and Rasmus Højlund really having a feud. So that's not the best relationship or the best rapport you would love to see in between your number 10 and your number 9. You get? Because those two are supposed to be really working hand in hand. They should be really happy. But it looks like Bruno Fernandes intentionally doesn't want to find out Rasmus Højlund because Rasmus Højlund went ahead to report him to the manager that he doesn't obviously offer him crosses or passes when they are needed. So I think Ten Hag feels the best team to say to it that we win, but we have to know exactly who is available and who is not available. Now, let's obviously sum it up with this story coming in through from Give Me Sport via the MUFC MVP YouTube channel. That Dutch side Feyenoord has shown interest in signing Hannibal Mejbri this summer following his return from Sevilla. He will likely leave Man United. Hannibal's loan spell at Sevilla expires on June 30th, 2024, and the United contract expires on June 30th, 2025, as per the transfer market. And he's one of the players that I think are really important, but we are failing to use him, especially in as far as loaning him is concerned. I really don't agree with anyone who loaned this boy to the Spanish La Liga. Never at all. Never at all. All what was needed, get him in to play the game of football in the team of Everton, in the Premier League. Let him be there because Man United would have gone ahead to use he's thriving at Everton. He's thriving at Everton to hit how many stones? How many birds? Like 3 birds with 1 stone. 1, either getting in money. 2, getting in what we call making him as a make weight, because United has interest in either Braithwaite or Onana, Amadou Onana. So Braithwaite is being valued at £70 million. If you tell Everton I'm valuing Hannibal for like £20 million, like they are doing right now, then that means we can really pay only 50 and really use him as a make weight. The third one, you put on a sell-on clause or a buyback clause. So that's what would have gone ahead with the club of Man United. But at Sevilla, he's really having nightmares. And he's not really performing. He's capitulating, but I think he's a player made for the Premier League. His fighting spirit would have gone ahead, obviously, suit the side of Everton a lot because Everton wanted him. But whoever made a decision for him to go ahead and really play that side, I never found it viable in there for him because even Sevilla was a struggling side. You need to really get him to a competitive side. So if he happens to leave, the better for him. But we wait to see what it's going to be done into the nick of time. So your thoughts on to Ten Hag set to unleash Amad Diallo, all Amad Diallo's progress exciting Erik ten Hag are welcome in the comment section below. What do you make about Ten Hag promising us on how we are going to create chances today as we're playing against Sheffield? And lastly, Hannibal leaving Man United. What should be the best plan for the club of Man United for Amad Diallo? May the living to God bless you abundantly. The Muslims, Barakallahu Fikum. We sign out for now. See you later. Bye-bye.